諦めない心君とならば頑張れる無駄なことはないよ上を向いて笑おう一度君の時だからいたわこっちよなんでみんな追っかけてくるわけ
Ikuto Toho just had a fight with his old man, one that led him to make a rash decision to run away from home. He boards a ship, deciding to take a vacation, but the ship is suddenly hit by a huge storm, one that sends Ikuto overboard. When he regains consciousness, he realizes that he is still alive on some island. An isolated island. An isolated island with nothing but girls. Beautiful girls. Stranded on an island with only girls, no electricity, gas, radio, television, like he was back in the Stone Age.
Number 9.
分かったよ死んでるよ絶対ついてるじゃん私とどめ
Naota Nandaba is an ordinary 6th grader living in a city where nothing amazing ever seems to happen. After his brother Tasuku leaves town to play baseball in America, Naota takes it upon himself to look after everything Tasuku left behind, from his top bunk bed to his ex-girlfriend Mamimi Samejima, who hasn't stopped clinging to Naota since Tasuku left. Little does Naota know, however, that his mundane existence is on the verge of being changed forever. Enter Haruko Haruhara, a Vespa-riding bass guitar-wielding pink-haired psychopath whose first encounter with Naota leaves him with tire tracks on his back and a giant horn on his head. Though all he wants is some peace and quiet, when Haruko takes up residence at his parents' home, Naota finds himself dragged into the heart of the greatest battle for supremacy that Earth and quite possibly the entire universe has ever seen.
Number 8.
Koichi Nomiya is the son of a wealthy businessman who holds a firm belief in his elite status. As such, he is determined to avoid becoming indebted to anyone. But one day, after running with some mischievous kids on Arakawa Bridge, he ends up falling into the river running underneath. Luckily for him, a passerby is there to save him, but now he owes his life to this stranger. Angered by this, Ko insists on paying her back, but this may just be the worst deal the arrogant businessman has ever made. The stranger, a stoic tracksuit-wearing homeless girl known only as Nino, lives in a cardboard box under the bridge and wants only one thing: to fall in love. Asking Ko to be her boyfriend, he has no choice but to accept, forcing him to move out of his comfortable home and start a new life under the bridge.
Number 7.
あの犬、さっき見た。ん？え？嘘！俺が？
A nonsense comical mystery. Harumi Kazuhito is a high school boy who loves books and is a fan of a novelist, Natsuno Kirihime. One day, he finds Kirihime writing at a cafe, about to be shot by a robber. He protects her from the attack but is killed instead. Through the supernatural power of a bookworm, he is reincarnated as a Dachshund's dog. Kazuhito, as a dog, writes in a painful bookless life. When a sadistic woman carrying a pair of scissors offers him help, she is Kirihime herself.
sets.
R15 is about a boy, Taketo Akutagawa, who attends a school for geniuses, Inspiration Academy Private High School. Taketo is a genius novelist and writes erotica. Despite negative perceptions many people have of him, he aims to be at the top of his class and be recognized as the world's greatest writer.
Number 5.
Ever since her late mother took her to an aquarium when she was young, Tsukimi Kurashita has been obsessed with jellyfish, comparing their flowing tentacles to a princess' white dress. Now living with 5 other unemployed otaku women, 19-year-old Tsukimi spends her day as a social outcast dreaming of becoming an illustrator. However, her life changes forever when one day a beautiful woman unexpectedly helps her save a jellyfish in a local pet store. From then on, the stranger, confident, fashionable, and the complete opposite of Tsukimi and her roommates, begins to regularly visit the girls' building. This trendy hipster, though appearing shallow at first, harbors some secrets of her own, starting with the fact that she isn't really a girl at all, but a wealthy male college student named Kuranosuke Koibuchi.
Number 4.
しっかりしろ。傷は浅いかもだぞ。
承知した。確かに炎属性かもしれん。
The Kasama family, a gang of 3 wannabe delinquents and close friends, spearheaded by Kenji Kasama, is trying to make a name for themselves at Fujo High Academy. On the first day of the term, the gang finds themselves putting out a fire in the game development club. Instead of thanking them, the eccentric club members attack and knock out Kenji's 2 friends, forcing Kenji to fight for his life. Failing to escape, the gang leader is coerced into joining the game development club. As he settles in, Kenji gets to know the 4 girls responsible for his provisional membership: Student Council President and General Tyrant Chitose Karasuyama, spirited tomboy Sakura Mizukami, negligent club advisor Minami Osawa, and the school's infamous shadow leader Roka Shibasaki. Through the game development club's constant shenanigans and his desperate attempts to leave the club, Kenji begins to realize that he may actually be enjoying himself.
Number 3.
そうですか。おお前どうせまた。
Takumi Tsuzuki is a high school student who attends Umemori Private Academy, free of charge, alongside Fumino Serizawa, a childhood friend of his whom always says the opposite of what she feels. He spends most of his time at school fending off Chise Umemori, the granddaughter of the board chairman and a pampered princess who is constantly roping him into her eccentric hobbies. After school, he goes to work at the Stray Cats Confectionery, a cake shop run by his adoptive older sister, Otome Tsuzuki, until it's time to go to bed. This is the average routine in the day and life of Takumi. Mayoi Nakobaron follows another seemingly average day in the life of Takumi with his sister away from the shop, having gone to save someone else in need of help.
花になりたいのです。どんな時もずっと
Number
ぼやいい火がどこや
Bong-yi used to have dreams of making something of his life, but now all that seems like a distant memory. He has become fat, lazy, unemployed, and altogether unlovable. In the real world, people are grossed out by him. He has never had a girlfriend, and he spends his late night fantasizing about women whose pictures he leers at on the internet. His own life appalls him, but he has one escape: his online life. Gaming has become his everything. He excels at it. After another long, lonely night of gaming, he wakes up and is shocked to find that he has transformed into a woman. Or to be more precise, a woman who looks a lot like those he used to lust after online. Confused, he does not know where to turn, so he looks for answers on the net. He encounters a young woman in a chat forum named Saemi, who offers him advice. He soon falls for her charms, which makes things more complicated to say the least.
花になりたいのです。どんな時もずっと
Number 1.
大人です。
おい、これやめろ。
ちょっとだけですから。
おう、
こんなに濡れちゃいました。
さっさと風呂に行け。
Itsuki Hashima is a light novelist obsessed with the little sisters, strictly focusing on them when he writes his stories. Despite his personality, he is surrounded by a tight circle of friends. Nayu Takani, a mysterious yet perverted novelist who is in love with him. Haruto Fuwa, a fellow male author whose work has seen considerable success. Miyako Shirakawa, a good friend that he met in college, and Chihiro, his perfect younger stepbrother who takes care of the housework and cooking. Together they play strange games, go on spontaneous journeys, crack silly jokes, and celebrate each other's success. However, each individual must also deal with their own issues, whether it is struggling to meet a deadline or coming to terms with traumatic events buried in their past.